Okay, class, welcome to another one of your English classes on your course, English for telephone calls, English for telephoning, English for phone calls, telephone English. Today, we're going to start the second part, the advanced part of the course. So from now on, everything is very advanced. We're going to listen to a lot of phone calls, and we're going to do it with a nice rhythm, and we're going to take it easy. Don't stress. We're going to keep going, and we're going to keep learning. Up until now, the first half of the course is very simple and very easy, very friendly. Now we're going to take it up a notch, turbo. We're going forward. We're going to keep learning. Are you guys ready? In today's class, the topic is, shall I put you through? Repeat, shall I put you through? In North America, a lot of people use should, and a lot of people use the word transfer to transfer the call, or put through, phrasal verb, put through. All the phrasal verbs are made out of a verb and a preposition. Please go to Google, go on the internet and find a phrasal verb dictionary, which is a verb, action verb, plus a preposition. We already have the first example, and as you can see, you can split the phrasal verbs with the object, the direct object of your sentence. Put, and the preposition is through. And as you can see, they put you right here. You can do that with the phrasal verbs. This is a perfect example. The phrasal verb is put through, and notice how they said put you through. That's because you can put the direct object in between the verb and the preposition. So please start studying your phrasal verbs. Just type phrasal verbs in Google, and it will show you all kinds of examples like this one. Put through, which means transfer. For some people, it can be difficult to figure out the meaning of the phrasal verbs, which is why we need to study them. Sometimes they don't have any words similar to the meaning. In today's class, we're going to work together. We're going to ask some questions. We're going to start with just some friendly conversation, advanced English conversation. Let's start with the classes, with the questions. Question number 1. How often do you make phone calls in English? This question is for you. Take your notebook, prepare the questions, organize your answer so you can answer. Let's do an oral exercise where we just warm up with conversation. Conversation number 1. How often do you make phone calls in English? We're going to practice some frequency. Let's put the frequency adverbs maybe. Always. Often. Generally. Sometimes, frequently, occasionally, rarely, never. I generally make phone calls in English. I sometimes make phone calls in English. Not all the time, sometimes, or never, or always. Or we can use other frequency words like once a week, twice a week, twice a month. I make 2 phone calls in English per year. 2 a month, which means twice, 2. For me, I make phone calls in English every day. The frequency, every day. Or every other day. For this question, practice your frequency class, if you can remember from the basic English frequencies. Number 2. Okay, class. When was the last time you made or received a phone call in English? The last one. The last time you made or received a phone call in English. The last one. For me, it was today. For me, it was today. Let's practice. Okay. Hey class, when was the last time? We can use that for the answer. The last time I made a phone call. The last time I made a phone call in English. Now look, to answer the questions, look, I finished English. It's here in English. I started right here the last time. I used everything. The last time I made a phone call in English. There's 2 questions here. Made or received? First, let's start with made. The last time I made a phone call in English. Look, the question is finished. Now let's go back to the beginning right here. Look, where we started. Was. We need the was. Was. Now look, when. Next is when. When. Okay, we put when right here, the date. For me, today, or it can be yesterday, or last week. For this question, practice the words, expressions for time. Time expressions, today, yesterday, last week, was. Let's do the same for the next question. Received. Ring, ring, ring. Received. Ready? The last time I received a phone call in English was yesterday. My mom called me. My mom speaks English. Now you. Ready, class? Okay, class. How often do you make phone calls in English? How often do you make phone calls in English? How often do you make phone calls in English? I make phone calls in English every day. I make phone calls in English every day. When was the last time you received a phone call in English? The last time I received a phone call in English, it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Okay, thank you. And excuse me, when was the last time you made a phone call in English? The last time I made a phone call in English, it was today. It was today. Thank you so much. Okay, let's continue. Number 3. Who, who, who do you normally speak English to on the phone? Who do you normally speak English to on the phone? I usually or normally speak English to. Now we need the person. To who? My family. To clients. To colleagues. Who? To my wife, my husband, family. I usually speak English to my family on the phone. Finish the answer. This question has 2 parts. Are they native speakers or non-native speakers of English? In this case, the people you normally speak English to. In this case, my clients, my family, they are native speakers. They speak English in their country. Their first language is English. They are native speakers, yes. Or no, maybe English is their second language. Non-native. First language or second language? Next question, number 4. What do you find most difficult about telephoning in English? What do you find most difficult? The most difficult is so difficult for you telephoning in English. What part? What part do you find difficult about telephoning in English? What part? For me, it's the listening, because on the phone, the connection, for me, the listening. And for you, your answer, your example? Look at the questions. I find most difficult about telephoning in English. I find most difficult about telephoning in English. Next is the what. Your answer. The listening. Or the colors or the people's pronunciation, the accent, the listening, maybe the speaking. For you, what do you find most difficult? Number 5. Describe your worst experience with an English phone call. Describe your worst experience with an English phone call. My worst experience with an English phone call my worst experience with an English phone call was when I called customer service for my internet service provider. I called customer service for my internet service provider, my Wi-Fi, and the representative could not help me fix the internet connection. The person I talked to could not find the problem. And they had to send a technician to my office. And I had to wait for the technician. I was not happy. That was my worst experience with an English phone call. Now, in your notebook, put the 5 questions. Let's do a movie script, the conversation dialogue. You and another person, you ask the questions and you answer like this. Person 1. Question number 1. How often do you make phone calls in English? Oh, I make phone calls in English every day. Oh, when was the last time you made or received a phone call in English, and how was it? Oh, it was yesterday, and it was good. Everything was good. My English was good. The other person, the speaking was good. Everything was good. And who do you normally speak English to on the phone? Are they native speakers or non-native speakers of English? Well, normally I speak English to native speakers on the phone, my family, native speakers, clients, American clients, Canadian clients, even European clients. They're all native speakers. And what do you find the most difficult about telephoning in English? I think the most difficult part about telephoning in English has to be the listening, for sure. The listening. Oh, me too. And can you describe your worst experience with an English phone call? Your worst experience? Yeah, a couple of years ago, I had to call customer service for the internet. The Wi-Fi wasn't working, and I called the company, and the customer service representative could not understand me. They had to send a technician to my office to fix the problem. The person on the phone could not find the problem, and I wasn't very happy with that phone call. That was my worst phone call in English. Excellent. Do an exercise like this where you prepare the question and the answer. You say the question, then you say the answer. Like a movie, and you have two actors. Today, we're gonna get started with some phone calls. 3 people are calling the company. We got 3 people calling the company, so we have 3 phone calls. Listen to the 3 dialogues and complete the table. We're gonna listen to 3 conversations. Okay, in your notebook, organize the table. Question number 1. Who is calling? In call 1, who is calling? So right here we need some people, right, for the answer? Here we go. Call number 2, who is calling? And call number 3, who is calling? Call number 3. We need 3 people, right? We need people. Who? Look, who? Number 2, again, who? Who does he or she want to speak to? We need another person. Speak to who? Question number 3. Does he or she get through? Successful or not successful? Yes? They talk to the person? Or no? Get through. Success or not? If not, we need to know why not. Question number 4. What will happen next? What happens next? What do you think? Pay attention to the phone call so you can tell us what happens next. We got 3 phone calls. Lesson for the British English. The line is engaged. In United States, we say the line is busy. In Europe, they say mobile phone, mobile or mobile, and we just say cell phone or phone in the United States. Okay, let's get ready. Put these questions in your notebook 3 times. Who is calling? Who does she want to speak to? Does he or she get through? If not, why not? And number 4, what will happen next? 3 times we repeat the 4 questions. Let's listen to the conversations. Are you ready? Let's listen and complete the table, take notes, so we can have everything ready.
One. Call 1.
Mica Information Systems, Sylvia speaking.
Hello, this is John Ellis from Ritex PLC. Could I speak to Jörg Zeider, please?
I'm afraid Mr. Zeider is in a meeting. Can I take a message?
Yes, please. Could you ask him to call me back?
Certainly. Could you tell me your name again, please?
My name is John Ellis, and I'm calling from Ritex PLC.
Does Mr. Zeider have your number?
Actually, I don't think he does. It's 0044 140 397 834.
397 834. That's great. Okay, Mr. Ellis, I'll tell Mr. Zeider you called.
Thanks very much, Sylvia.
You're welcome. Bye now.
Bye.
Call number 2. Ready?
Call 2.
Mica Information Systems, Sylvia speaking.
Hi, Sylvia. It's Karen Miller here.
Oh, hi, Karen. How are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
Not so bad. A bit busy, as always.
I can imagine. Listen, Sylvia, I actually wanted to speak to Maria. Is she there at the moment?
Yes, she is. Shall I put you through to her?
That would be great.
Can I just ask what it's about?
I wanted to ask her about the project meeting next week.
Thanks, Karen. Just hang on a moment while I make the connection. Sorry, Karen, I'm afraid Maria's line is engaged.
Oh, that's a pity. I'll try calling later.
Shall I give you her extension number?
Yes, please. Let me just get a pen. Okay.
It's 113.
113. Right. Thanks, Sylvia. Bye now.
Bye.
Phone call number 3. Ready?
Call 3.
Zeider.
Hi, Jörg. It's Bob here.
Oh, hi, Bob. Nice to hear from you. How's business?
Oh, can't complain. How are things with you?
Fine, thanks. Listen, Bob, can I call you back in 10 minutes? I'm actually talking to someone on the other line.
Sure, no problem. Have you got my mobile number?
Yes, I have.
Great. Speak to you then.
Bye.
Excellent. Remember, you have the tracks, the audio, the CDs right here on the platform. Just look under the resources. You can find the PDF, which is the book, and the audio, the CD. So you can listen to the phone calls again and again and again and practice. Okay, who is calling? Call number 1. Who is calling? Ready? Let's check our answers. Do you have the answers? Let's listen, and I'm going to pause it. Ready?
Unit 1, Exercise 1. Call 1.
Mica Information Systems, Sylvia speaking.
Hello, this is John Ellis from Ritex PLC. Could I speak to Jörg Zeider, please?
I'm afraid Mr. Zeider...
This is John Ellis. From what company? Listen.
Ritex PLC. This is John Ellis from Ritex PLC.
Ritex PLC. He's calling from Ritex PLC. And he said, this is John Ellis. He used, remember, when we started the course, this is, that's the vocabulary. This is. So the answer, John Ellis, Ritex PLC. Okay, let's keep going. Ready? Who's calling? John Ellis from Ritex PLC is calling. Who does he want to speak with? Speak to. Who does he want to speak to?
Could I speak to Jörg Zeider, please?
Could I speak to?
Ritex PLC. Could I speak to Jörg Zeider, please?
Jörg Zeiger. Maybe you spell it something like this. Not sure on how to spell it. Next question. Does he get through? If not, why not? Does he get through? Let's see. Does he speak to Jörg Zeiger?
I'm afraid Mr. Zeider is in a meeting. Can I take a message?
I'm afraid. This means bad news. So, unfortunately not. He does not get through. No, he doesn't get through. Why not? Mr. Zeiger is in a meeting. So he's not available. He's in a meeting. So what happens next? Maybe he has to leave a message, right? Let's see.
A meeting. Can I take a message?
Yes, please. Could you ask him to call me back?
Certainly. Could you tell me your name again, please?
My name is John Ellis, and I'm calling from Ritex PLC.
Does Mr. Zeider have your number?
Actually, I don't think he does. It's 0044 140 397 834.
397 834. That's great. Okay, Mr. Ellis. I'll tell Mr. Zeider you called.
Thanks very much, Sylvia.
You're welcome. Bye now.
Bye.
Okay. So he left a message. He left his number, and he's asking to get a call back. So people say that in different ways. Get a call back, wait for a call back, return the phone call, right? Call me back, call back. Excellent. Okay, call number 2. Who's calling? Who's calling? Ready?
Call 2.
Mica Information Systems. Sylvia speaking.
Hi, Sylvia. It's Karen Miller here.
Oh, hi, Karen. How are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
Not so bad.
Karen Miller here. Oh, listen. This is how we speak on the telephone. This is, or, your name. Then we say here. Here in the phone call. This is my voice. This is John Ellis. Karen Miller here to identify who is calling. And who does she want to speak to? Who does she want to speak to? Ready?
A bit busy, as always.
I can imagine. Listen, Sylvia, I actually wanted to speak to Maria.
Boom. I wanted to speak to Maria. Karen wants to speak to Maria. Does she get through?
Is she there at the moment?
Yes, she is. Shall I put you through to her?
That would be great.
She's here.
Can I just ask what it's about?
I wanted to ask her about the project meeting next week.
Thanks, Karen. Just hang on a moment while I make the connection.
The connection, yes?
Sorry, Karen, I'm afraid Maria's line is engaged.
Oh, that's a pity. I'll try calling later.
Shall I give you her extension number?
Yes, please. Let me just get a pen.
Sorry, I'm afraid the line is busy. The line is engaged. She's busy on another call. So that's a no. She said sorry, and she said I'm afraid. Very professional for the receptionist. Her job is English on the telephone. What will happen next?
Okay,
It's 113.
113. Right. Thanks, Sylvia. Bye now.
Bye.
Okay, looks like Karen will call the extension directly. She got the extension to call Maria directly to her office at 113 extension. Perfect. Call number 3. Ready? Who's calling? Call number 3. If I'm going too fast, you can try the exercise on your own with the audio. Try it by yourself. And then come back and watch the class, watch the video to check your answers and check the table. Ready? Now we're going to call number 3. Who's calling?
Call 3. Cider.
Hi, Jörg. It's Bob here.
Oh, hi, Bob. Nice to hear from you. How's business?
It's Bob here. We need that. See the here? And he said it's. Put name, Bob, here. Very normal to use the here when you identify yourself. Who does he want to speak with? Well, he wanted to speak to Mr. Jörg Saiga. Maybe let's listen. I don't know. Another person. Looks like call 3 is. It's Bob for Jörg. He's available now.
Play. How are things with you?
Fine, thanks.
Fine.
Listen, Bob, can I call you back in 10 minutes?
Call you back. So he gets through. Through, yes. But must wait for a call back. He didn't answer his questions or anything. He's busy, but he got through. He talked to him. But he's saying, call me back.
Actually talking to someone on the other line.
Oh, the line's busy.
Have you got my mobile number?
Yes, I have.
Great. Speak to you then.
Bye.
What's going to happen next? He's going to call back in a few minutes. Did he say call me back in a few minutes or?
Thanks. Listen, Bob, can I call you back in 10 minutes?
10 minutes. So actually he's going to receive a call from Mr. Saiga in 10 minutes. That's what happens next. Excellent, excellent. Now we have our table complete. Practice this exercise. Listen to the 3 phone calls and complete the table for homework review. Very advanced. We have to listen once, twice, 3 times. In the next class, we're gonna practice the dialogue in this exercise. So we have to listen to the phone calls. Listen again and complete the sentences. Let's complete the sentences. In your notebook, put 10 numbers. 10 numbers we have to catch, we have to listen. This is a listening exercise. Ready? Let's listen.
Unit 1, Exercise 1. Call 1.
Listen for Sylvia.
Mica Information Systems.
That's the name of the company, the receptionist. Mica Information Systems. Identify the business. These are the skills.
Sylvia speaking.
Identify yourself. Sylvia speaking. That's Sylvia right there. That's how you identify yourself on the phone if you are working. Sylvia speaking, and identify your business. Mica Information Systems. For me, English University. Jonathan speaking. Oh, here's his name. S-E-I-D-E. Saida. I put Saiga. See, let's correct his name. Saida. What was it? S-E-I-D-E. S-E-I-D-E. Saida. Jerk Saida. So difficult to spell different names from different nationalities. Make sure you practice your spelling. Number 2. Ow, Mr. Saida, you listen.
Hello, this is John Ellis from Retex PLC. Could I speak to Jörg Zeider, please?
I'm afraid Mr. Zeider is in a meeting. Can I take a message?
Yes, please. Could you ask him to call me back?
Certainly. Could you tell me your name again, please?
My name is John Ellis, and I'm calling from Retex PLC.
Does Mr. Zeider have your number?
Actually, I don't think he does. It's 0044140397
397834. That's great. Okay, Mr. Ellis, I'll tell Mr. Zeider you called.
Thanks very much, Sylvia.
You're welcome. Bye now.
Did you catch it? Ow. We need an action, right?
That's great. Okay, Mr. Ellis, I'll tell Mr. Zeider you called.
Thanks very much, Sylvia.
You're welcome. Bye now.
Bye.
Wow, this is perfect if you work on the telephone, secretary, assistant, receptionist, hostess. I'll tell Mr. Saida you called. Correct? Listen.
Okay, Mr. Ellis, I'll tell Mr. Zeider you called.
I'll tell Mr. Saida you called. Good, good. It's Karen Miller. Phone call number 2, right? Let's listen. Ready?
Call 3.
Saida.
Hi, Jörg. It's Bob here.
Oh, hi, Bob. Nice to hear from you. How's business?
Oh, can't complain.
Oh no. Next phone call. Ready?
Call 2.
Mica Information Systems. Sylvia speaking.
Hi, Hi, Sylvia. It's Karen Miller here.
Oh, hi, Karen. How are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
Not so bad. A bit busy, as always.
I can imagine. Listen, Sylvia, I actually wanted to speak to Maria. Is she there?
I actually wanted to speak to Maria. Lesson number 4.
Sylvia, I actually wanted to speak to Maria.
I actually wanted to speak to Maria. If you practice these, your telephone English will be perfect in any situation. Just put the title, what is the situation? This is the speaking to, right? The situations are in the table. Who does she want to speak to? In English, we say, I actually wanted to speak to Maria. Practice and practice. Number 5, just a moment. Just blank on a moment. I don't know, let's listen.
Is she there at the moment?
Yes, she is. Shall I put you through to her?
That would be great.
Can I just ask what it's about?
I wanted to ask her about the project meeting next week.
Thanks, Karen. Just hang on a moment while...
Just hang on. Oh, wait is hang on. So she said hang on. A moment, hang. Put this on your notes, right? The hang on means wait. While I make the lesson.
Thanks, Karen. Just hang on a moment while I make the connection.
While I make the connection. She's gonna transfer the call, right? Number 6. I'm blank. Maria's line is. I'm blank. Maria's line is blank. Do you remember what she said?
Sorry, Karen. I'm afraid Maria's line is engaged.
I'm afraid Maria's line is engaged, busy. So make sure you put in your notebook, line engaged equals line busy. Number 7, I'll try blank later.
Oh, that's a pity. I'll try calling later.
I'll try calling later. No problem. I'll try calling later. Number 8 is in the next phone call. Let me just...
Unit 1, Exercise 1. Call 1.
Oh,
Call 3.
Cider.
Hi, Jörg. It's Bob here.
Oh, hi, Bob. Nice to hear from you. How's business?
Oh, can't complain. How are things with you?
Fine, thanks. Listen, Bob, can I call you back in 10 minutes? I'm actually talking to someone on the other line.
Sure, no problem. Have you got my mobile number?
Yes, I have.
Great. Speak to you then.
Bye.
nice to hear from you. I'm actually talking to someone on the other line. Number 9 and number 10. Where's number 8? Let me just a pen to write it. Oh, the extension for Maria. We need the extension. Let's see.
Call 2.
That's a pity. I'll try calling later.
Shall I give you her extension number?
Yes, please. Let me just get a pen.
Get a pen.
Okay,
It's 113.
113. Right.
Oh, you see, to write down the numbers, let me just get a pen. Let me just get a pen. Oh, I got it. I got the pen. I'm ready. This is all the skills. Now, I want you to organize the skills in English like a teacher, like you're going to prepare the class. How do we do that? With the next exercise. Here is the skills. Please explain how to say who you are. Imagine we're basic students. We're learning to say who you are on the phone. To open the conversation. To say who you want to speak to. To put a caller to another person, through to another person, transfer. To say that somebody or you cannot talk right now. Bad news. Sorry, I'm afraid. To say you will call again later. And how do you take a message or how do you leave a message? 7, 1, 2, 3, yep, 7 different things in today's class. After this practice, please tell me how to do the 7 things. You can use the examples from our conversation right here in exercise 2. Organize your skills so you can speak better on the telephone. Good job.